What's up, guys? I'm sitting here next to the Siser Romeo, and when it comes to the Siser Romeo, you want to think SVG, SVG, SVG. That's the file format that you need to get this thing up and running. And if you're familiar with softwares like CorelDRAW, Illustrator, or Canva, then you can export SVG files and you can get this thing to work in a breeze. And I'm going to demonstrate this for you right now, guys. Let's get into it. Now, one of the things that I like most about the Siser Romeo vinyl cutter, or the Siser Juliet, because I think the Juliet does the same thing, guys, is simply just turning it on. Watch this. Like, it's so cool. Like, okay, so you get this little message on the screen, it's turning on or whatever, and then after you get the Romeo Siser, and then it does this cool thing, right? I mean, look at that. What other vinyl cutter do you know looks like this? This is just cool and inviting just to use. So today we're going to be using one of my favorite vinyls from Heat Transfer Warehouse. This is Siser Brick Red, guys. If you guys have not used Brick Red vinyl, then you definitely want to try it out because it's one of my favorite. I have a few other favorites too, like Flock and the glitter vinyl, but yeah, we'll get into those other ones later in another video. But let's get into the Siser Red Brick vinyl, and I can show you guys why I love it so much. I can tell you guys right now, I can attest to it, and I've used this vinyl, and every single time I've used the vinyl, every shirt that I've made has not come off. Like, the design has not come off the shirt after multiple washes. So this is one of those vinyls that really lasts. Actually, most vinyls last for a long amount of washes. The regular Siser vinyls are I think they're the vinyls that people get labeled as problematic. But what most people don't realize about vinyl is it's one of the few garment decorating methods where, as though if that element, which is the vinyl, starts coming back up, you can press it back onto the shirt. Just lay a piece of cloth over that design and the vinyl's still there, you press it back on, good as new. So that's something to think about. I think that that's really a selling point for vinyl, and I think that's something that a lot of people don't think about. So let's get into using Siser Leonardo cutting software and our Siser Romeo vinyl cutter. Let's do it. Loading the Siser Romeo or the Siser Juliet is a little bit different than loading other vinyl cutters, guys. I spent a little bit of time with this, and you actually load it from the back to the front. I think in my first test video I loaded it in the front, but that's not the proper way to load it. So I'm gonna go ahead and raise the pinch roller with the lever on the side, and then I'm gonna put my vinyl inside of the machine. Just go ahead and slide it in from the back to the front, and then I'm gonna line it up right along the edge right here. All right, and then after I got it lined up along the edge, I'm gonna go ahead and put my pinch roller down. All right, and now we are loaded, locked, and ready to go. And now when I hit my wheel, I can put my vinyl towards me or away from me, and it rolls nice and easy. This makes so much sense. This makes so much sense. This is I'm telling you guys, this thing was very well thought out when they designed it, okay? So there's no reason why anybody should be fumbling around like I normally fumble around with stuff, because it just works. All right, now let's dive into our Siser Leonardo Design Studio. All right, so when you first open up your design space, you're going to be at this page right here, and in order to start using the software, you're just going to go head on over down here to where it says design. So you click on design, and now you're greeted with this blank canvas right here. So I'm just cutting regular brick vinyl, so I'm not making a design on here, so I'm just going to go ahead and grab my file. So I go to file, click on it, and then I go to open, and then I go ahead and navigate to my file. It's in my SVGs folder. It's right here. It's love and peace and love. All right, I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to go ahead and hit open. All right, it's going to say editable artwork, print and cut, or cut only. That's what the options that you get. So I'm going to hit cut only, and then you can see the cut file, and then I'm going to hit next. Only one cut file, and I'm going to go ahead and hit apply, and there it is. There's our design. And you see the measurements of the design right here, so you can see exactly how big or how small you want to make it. And in my instance, I'm using 10-inch wide vinyl, so I know 11 by 48 1 is going to be too big. So I'm just going to go ahead over here and grab this handle and scale it down. While I'm scaling it down, I'm looking at this number down here to see how small I'm scaling it down to. All right, so go ahead, keep on scaling it down. I'm going to scale it down to about 9 inches is sufficient for me. All right, so that's about, try to get it 9 on the dot. I wonder if there's a way you can dial it in exactly. I haven't figured that out, but if there is, you guys can tell me. All right, so now right here, you see the love is obviously backwards. It's already flipped horizontal. So if I went over here and I said flip horizontal, then you could actually see the LOVE, right? And this is our logo that we're putting on. So I'm going to go ahead and I right-clicked or double tap if you're on a Mac, right? And our mirror horizontal. So I flip it, and that's the way our design is going to cut out, guys. All right, flip horizontal. Same thing. All right, so now 9.8. So now I'm pretty sure that this design is going to fit and is going to cut on my roll because it's smaller than my roll. I'm working with a 10-inch roll, and this design is 9.014 inches, right? So the only thing left to do is for me to select my cut settings and then send this thing to cut. It's that easy with the Siser Romeo or the Siser Juliet. All right, we'll get into more complex stuff in other videos, but for right now, don't need to. So right over here, I have cutting mat selected. So I fed a roll in, so I'm not using a cutting mat, so I'm gonna hit material roll right there. All right, so you see right there, it took away our cutting mat. So now we're just left with a material roll. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and hit send. Choose what artwork you want to send. Selected artwork only. Yes, this selected artwork right here. So right here, position option, move each color layer to origin, whatever. No need to do all that. I'm just gonna hit send. And actually, am I gonna get settings after that? Let me see, send. Okay, yeah, now we get our settings. So now I see where it's at, and I'm just gonna go ahead and shift it up here, right? All right, so that's where I want it to be. And then I could do a test cut, or I could do other things. Let's see, standard blade, yes. And I actually have to change the cut settings. Use cutter settings. If I unclick this, then I can manually put in my own settings. But if I clicked on here, which I'm going to, and I'm going to show you, we're going to go back to the cutter, and I'm going to show you the cut settings that I have for my Siser brick vinyl right here. Product links down below. Heat Transfer Warehouse, we got you covered, right? Always use my Heat Transfer Warehouse affiliate links, guys. But okay, and this design right here, is this available in my store, AlanAwade.com? I think it is. This design is available in my store. So if you guys want to pick up this design right here, it's available in my e-store at AlanAwade.com. So you guys can go pick it up. ALLANAWADE.com. All right. So let me show you guys what cut settings I have saved on my Siser Romeo for this specific design. All right, cut settings on the Siser Romeo. Let me show you guys how easy and intuitive this menu is to navigate. Okay, so first of all, you can go to cut settings, and you see right here I got brick 600, cut settings, the speed on 10 and the force on 12. All right, but we can click on that right there, which says brick 600, and if I click on that, it'll bring up all the other internal settings that is saved in here. If I hit easy weed, and then I press load, see the settings change. Cut speed 10 and force 6. If I hit glitter, load, cut speed 10, force 25, so on and so forth. Holographic load changes. And not only does it change, but you can also adjust it yourself. So if I hit load right here, then I can adjust it. Say if I wanted the speed to go higher, then I hit it'll update that, but I'm not going to update that. All right, so that's easy to save over the current settings. All right, or you can go here and you can go click on other, and then you got all the other ones. Then you got an open one right here, open one right here, and an open one right here. All right, so it's a bunch of different settings already preloaded in here for you to use. But I'm going to go ahead and test the brick setting right here. So I'm going to press load. All right, and right here is a little button of a t-shirt right here. It looks like a t-shirt, and I think that's a test button. So I'm going to press that and see what happens. Now I'm going to go ahead and try to weed this, and I know that if this weeds, then it's a good cut setting. So I got my weeding hook right here, and just like that, it weeded nice and good, and my carrier sheet is still intact, so I know that that's a good cut setting for me to send my design to cut. And that is how easy it is to find the right cut settings on the Siser Romeo, guys. It's never been this easy to find your cut settings on any vinyl cutter. Some people might say you do it the same way in the GraphTech, but the GraphTech is not that intuitive. This is way more intuitive. If it doesn't have the right cut settings, you can just press over and increase the force 1, and then press the test cut button again, and then after you find the right cut settings, just hit the save button. Really quick, really simple, really easy to go. So let's go ahead and send our design. So our Siser Romeo is all set up, and I'm just gonna jump in Leonardo software and send this thing to cut. As you guys see, I have used cutters settings, and we cut the settings right. We set the settings in the Siser Romeo. So now I'm just gonna hit send to cut, and let's see what happens. Send to cut. It's going to ask me, am I sure? Confirm. Send artwork to cutter. Ensure machine is ready. Tool equals blade. Yes, it's ready. So I hit yes. Let's see what happens with the Siser. Look at that. And it is cutting my design out smooth like a champion, guys. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. Look how it moves. Look how fluent that is. And it's very fast, guys. Very fast. I'm feeling this. I gotta be honest with you guys. I'm feeling this a lot. Very fluent, very fast, very smooth. So already I'm just checking it out, and I'm seeing an idea of the amount of volume that I can cut out if I put in a nice long roll on here. Just imagining how much I can get done with this thing. Wow. Alright, so that design is all done. So I am really impressed with the way that cut out. Now let's see how it weeds. I'm just going to go ahead and press the out arrow, because now the way, since it loads in the back, the orientation of the arrows makes sense. If I want to go that way, I'm going to hit this way, and it goes out. So now I got my vinyl out here. Now let's get our some scissors, not some scissors, but this is a cutting mat. We got our vinyl, we got a ruler, and we got an X-Acto knife. This is what I was trying to remember, an X-Acto knife, guys. All right, so I'm lining my vinyl up right here on the line, right here, and lining the ruler up on this line right here. So now I can cut a straight line down on my vinyl. Let me make sure I'm not wasting any vinyl. First of all, I want to get it close without cutting my design and save as much vinyl as I can. All right, we're always trying to maximize our vinyl, guys. All right, so let me go ahead and, jeez, X-Acto knife was stuck up in there. Go ahead and pull that down. Cut a nice straight line into that cutting mat. We're good to go. All right, cut another piece right down here for this vinyl. And of course, I am going to save my scraps. I always preach save your scraps. So I'm definitely going to save my scraps on this one. Got a nice little scrap piece right here at the end. And when we want to use our scrap, we could just put our scrap on a cutting mat and go ahead and use it. Now that we have our design cut out, we can grab our weeding hook over here and we can see how this weeds. We already know how it weeds, but let me show you guys how good this weeds right here. Let's see. I'm going to start at the end. And if I got a good weed, I should have just no problems. I don't want to have any problems ever when I'm weeding stuff. I want to be able to just pull and have the vinyl just come off with no problems, not having to like go ahead and press anything down, any parts just coming up. And right now it appears that everything is going real smooth, just the way I would want it to go. And if things continue to go this smooth, guys, and we're going to consistently keep on using this thing, and so far so good. I'm very, very impressed. 1, the precision. 2, the smoothness. 3, the accuracy. And 4, how easy this thing is weeding. Okay, so here's one little part right here. Little tiny problem. So what you do with that is you come at the other side, and you know what I mean? Everything ain't gonna be perfect all the time, guys, but for the most part, we are good to go. This is weeding very, very well. Very, very well. I'm impressed, all right? So just gotta take care of that one part right there. One little fine part of that heart, and we got that. Easy. Everything else, nice, smooth, easy peasy. All right, here's our design right here. We're just gonna weed the inside of it. When you got the outside part weeded, the inside part is pretty easy. So grab the inside, weed that. And this is the way you want to work with your stuff, guys. Anything else just takes too long and it's just too hard to work with. Say if I had to do 20 shirts. If I had to do 20 shirts, you don't want to deal with weeding issues and having to hold vinyl down and stuff like that. Nobody has time for that. Nobody wants to deal with that, right? So you just want it to weed nice and easy, just like this. And there's some contributing factors to how easy your vinyl weeds. Like if you cut often, you want to pay attention to make sure your blade is sharp. But most importantly, you want to have the right cut settings. And sometimes as people's blades get dull, they adjust the cut settings to compensate for that blade getting dull, but that's not the right thing to do. The right thing to do is just change out that blade, because you'll oftentimes have the wrong cut settings and end up, you know, thinking stuff is messed up when it's actually your blade is just dull. So here's our design right here. Looking good, nice and crisp, and we can go ahead and press that onto a shirt. And I like this design right here. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Let's press it onto a shirt and see how it comes out. This is one of the only vinyls, this brick vinyl right here is one of the only vinyls that's like a two-step process. You press the front and then you press the back. So I got a small shirt right here. I'm gonna put it on the platen and give it a pre-press, all right? And the settings for this to apply this vinyl, 311 degrees, press the front for 10 seconds, turn it inside out, press the back for 20 seconds, then it's a cold peel, a cool peel, all right? So right now I'm just gonna give it like a 3-second press. All right, 3-second press down just to get the wrinkles out. All right, that's good. Good enough. And now I'm gonna position my design. All right, right there. This is going to go in my store up front for sale, so I want to make sure I do this good so that I can sell it. All right, there we go. Boom, that looks centered, that looks good right there. All right, so now I'm going to get a cover sheet, a Teflon sheet, and I'm going to lay that on the top, and we're going to press this down for 10 seconds. And of course we are using our Walla Pro press from Heat Transfer Warehouse. Medium pressure for this. Go ahead, press that down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so now with the carrier sheet still on, we're gonna flip our shirt inside out and we're gonna press it again for 20 seconds. Like I said, it's one of the only vinyls that you do this. All right, so inside out for 20 seconds, guys. All right, flip it inside out. And notice that I wasn't very, very careful flipping it inside out, because you don't have to. And the reason why we're pressing this part right here inside out is because we're hitting the glue side now. We're hitting the glue side of the sheet so that it can adhere to the shirt very, very well. And this is one of the reasons why brick vinyl is so durable because of the process in which you apply it. All right, so now I'm going to change my heat press right here real fast. I'm just going to change it to 20 seconds. Put it up to 20 seconds real fast. All right, here we go. Boom, set. All right, so now this is the brick part right here. Slide it in. Don't need the carry sheet. And we're going to hit it off for 20 seconds. And then we're going to give it a cold peel. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. Yeah, so I love brick vinyl. If you guys have never worked with brick vinyl, you've never used it to make a shirt before, definitely use my Heat Transfer Warehouse link down in the description below to purchase your brick and try it out. And I promise you, I don't make promises often, guys. I promise you, you will love this vinyl. All right, so I'm just going to let it cool down. Let it cool down because this is a cold peel. And then we're going to peel this vinyl. All right. All right, guys, so I can already see the indentation of my design on the back of the shirt, but we've cooled this vinyl off. So we're going to flip the shirt right side in, and we're going to go ahead and peel our, actually it's still a little bit warm on this side, but I know for a fact that it's good enough to come off. So let me just flip it right side back in real fast. Get a nice good shot for you guys. And already you can see it coming off right there. Alright, so boom, 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 boom. Yep, there we go. Alright, so just like that, we just peel it off, just like that. And look at that design. Look how good that looks on the shirt right there. Yeah, I like that a lot. It came out good. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I think it looks outstanding. And one thing, like I said, I love about brick vinyl, it stands out a lot from different vinyls because it has this thick texture, and it's like it's kind of like not foam, but like a spongy type of feel. It's almost like, but the texture is great. It's embossed off the shirt. And imagine you offering this to somebody. This is something different. It's exclusive, and not a lot of people are using it. So it's really, really good for you to offer things that a lot of people are not using in their businesses, because you'll get a quicker sale like that because not a lot of people are doing it. Like I said before, I can attest to brick vinyl lasting very, very, very long. So use my Heat Transfer Warehouse link in the description below and get yourself some brick vinyl, add it to your arsenal, and see what your customers feel about it. I'm telling you, they're going to love it because it's textured. It has a different feel. It's just something different. All right. Like, comment, subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this on my Siser Romeo. And if you want me to roll out some new designs for you guys, let me know in the comments down below. And I'll talk to you guys on the next video. Thank you so much for watching.
Turn up that, crank it up. Why listen to the rest when you're rocking with the best, baby?